It's not professional.
Rated PG-13.
Unanimous #1 Arkansas has claimed the first 2 games of this series and going for a sweep on a Saturday afternoon. But Ole Miss coming to the ballpark ready to put up another big fight. They don't want to leave Fayetteville without a win. Alongside of former All-American Troy Eklund, I'm Josh Haley. Glad you're with us from Baum-Walker Stadium. Sweeps so hard to come by in this league, Troy, but yet Arkansas is on the verge of their 3rd.
Yeah, it just talks about the consistency of this ball club. The pitching has been outstanding. The bullpen was great last night. Super defense and just enough hitting to get the job done.
Well, when you look at this Ole Miss team, they've had early run support in both games, and last night it came from Andrew Fisher.
Yeah, Fisher with 13 home runs. You're going to see a pair of them right there. A solo shot in the first inning. Then with the runner on, he had a bullet over the right center field wall. He's really seeing that baseball big and getting it done for the Rebels. But Arkansas, with bases loaded, Jared Sprague-Lott with a base hit to the right side through the shift. A little fister by Ryder Helfrich, scored Diggs. And Arkansas wasn't done yet with 2 strikes. They tried to sneak a fastball inside to Fahiva Aloy. He didn't want any of that, hit the 2-run shot, and that really capped off the scoring for Arkansas.
Yeah, for Ole Miss, that early run support has not been able to hold up, so they're going to need more of it tonight. And Aloy looking to continue the hot streak. Arkansas might be thankful the wind is blowing very stiffly today for the sake of when Andrew Fisher comes to the plate. The man on the mound for Arkansas is right-hander Brady Tigert, who hails from Mississippi.
Yeah, it's going to mean a little bit more for Brady Tigert playing against his home state team. And again, he's a guy that if his location with his pitches is going to be on, he's going to be really tough to hit. The fastball is going to sit about 91, 92 miles an hour. The breaking ball is just with the spin rate off the charts. Again, he'll mix in the changeup as well.
This lineup for Ole Miss today: Hill, Fisher, and Groff yet again and come to bat in this first inning. And Luke Hill's been a really good leadoff man. He'll try to anchor it and get things going, set the table for Fisher. Utermark gets the start in right field this afternoon. Ole Miss at 18-14, 3-8 in the league. Razorbacks 26-3, 10-1 in the SEC. And on a 20-game home win streak, a Baum-Walker Stadium record already. Underway, and Hill going after the first pitch in center field. A little late adjustment there by Ty Wilmsmeyer, but no cause for concern. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Already the wind is in play. That ball was hit pretty well by Luke Hill, and you're going to have to shoot it out of a cannon today to get it out. The wind is blowing straight in from right field. You might be able to sneak one out from left center field to the left field foul pole, but anything to center field or right field is going to get knocked down.
Fisher, he can hit to all fields. His home run yesterday in the first inning on a 1-1 pitch was to left center. Bounces one just inside of first base. That's a fair ball picked up by McLaughlin. And there's 2 down. The rest of the infield for Arkansas: Stovall at second, Aloy at short, and Sprague-Lott at third. Hudson White gets the start behind the plate this afternoon. Lovich, Wilmsmeyer, and Diggs, the outfield left to right. Ethan Groff bumped up in the lineup a little bit. Hit 5th yesterday. Had a walk and a hit.
Another one of those Ole Miss hitters hitting 300.
First pitch popped up into center. Wilmsmeyer running under it. Staring up into the bright blue sky, makes the catch. And it's a very quick 1-2-3 first for Tigert and the Razorbacks. We'll tell you about their lineup when we come back.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again.
I'm going to break the world record.
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Phone call from the boss? Sorry. Outdoor time. It's me time.
I hear that. That's why we protect all your vehicles here. But hey, nothing wrong with sticking it to the boss.
Oh, Flo, you're gonna take that? Why would that concern me? Because you're aren't you the...
Huh. We never actually discussed hierarchy.
Okay, why don't we just stick to letting Dave know how much he can save when he bundles his home or auto with his boat or RV?
Wait, I thought Jamie was the boss.
It's funny because I'm not boss material.
Back in Fayetteville, Arkansas retiring the Rebels in order in the first. And the Hogs will try to get some early run support. Mason Nichols gets his first start of the season today, Troy. He's been a trusted reliever, but a new role for him this afternoon.
Yeah, he's got some really good stuff. That fastball is going to sit low 90s. He'll mix in a slider and a changeup as well. And nobody's really having much luck against him. How about lefties hitting 154 and righties only 174? But here's an interesting stat. 80% of his outs that he records are fly ball outs. With the wind blowing in, that's going to be really critical for Mason Nichols because this wind is going to knock everything down.
Maybe that was part of the reason why he gets the start today. You check the weather and see that for a fly ball pitcher. That helps. Ole Miss was undecided on their Game 3 starter entering the weekend. Well, for the Razorbacks, Stovall has done a great job since coming back from injury. He's reached safely in all 17 of his starts. McLaughlin, who's been a walks machine lately, and then the home run hitter as of late, Bahiva Lloyd, a bat in this first.
I think this is one of those days as a hitter, you just can't let the wind affect you. You just kind of have to take the same approach and don't try to, hit ground balls. Just drive the baseball somewhere.
Right-hander from Jackson, Mississippi. This is with his first pitch. .449 OBP for Peyton Stovall.
This might be one of those games, Josh, that both these teams might play a little more small ball than they normally do just because the wind is so fierce. So you might see guys a little more hit and run, maybe trying to sacrifice, bunt, move guys up a base, and maybe try to get a sacrifice fly.
High heater. Stovall swung under it.
So far, nothing but fastballs out of the right arm of Mason Nichols. Big frame, 6'5", 220.
Got him swinging. How about that? First start of your career. Nichols, 55 relief appearances over the last 3 years for Ole Miss, and that's a good way to start it.
Yeah, it is. Great location right there. It's on the outer third, and just threw that ball right past Peyton Stovall at 94.
First pitch strike in to Ben McLaughlin. He's walked 5 times in the first 2 games of this series. No one has more walks in SEC play than Ben McLaughlin, now with 14 in league games.
Well, Mason Nichols is doing exactly what Mike Bianco wants him to do, is fill up that strike zone. Just pitch to contact. Today, if there was ever a day to pitch to contact, today is the day.
Going after a pitch. Chase that one high and outside. Ran that one to 95.
Yeah, or just strike him out. Don't have to pitch to contact if you don't make any contact, but he's looking really good so far, and I think that was a nice move by Ole Miss just to run him out there. He's got great experience, all those appearances. He's going to handle the big stage really well.
Bahiva Lloyd swung at the first 2 pitches in his final 4 at-bats yesterday. He goes after the first one here.
Josh, I know it's only 8 pitches, but 7 strikes and only 1 ball out of Mason Nichols so far.
See what he dials up here on the 0-2. Got him. Aloy swinging a miss at. We've seen that fastball most of the first inning, and Nichols showing he's got a little bit more than that. Now that line, yet again, awfully long. People trying to get into the hog pen that looks like it's already pretty well packed to the gills, and yet the line to get into that entrance in the stadium all the way back beyond the batter's eye in center field.
Josh, yesterday was a record crowd, over 11,000. See if they can't top it today.
First pitch, grounded to short, backhanded in the hole by Aloy, and fires on a line to first. With the way these pitchers are filling up the strike zone, this game might be over before everybody gets into the gates today.
I'm telling you, it is going quick. Some aggressive people at the plate and a whole lot of strikes.
Arkansas pitching has been really good at retiring the leadoff man in this series. Ole Miss now reaching base in just 4 of 20 opportunities leading off the frame.
That's always a good recipe for a successful inning, and keep that leadoff guy off the bases.
Breaking ball just missed down low. It's only the third ball combined between these two in 17 pitches so far.
It's a good take by Jackson Ross right there. Not being too antsy and aggressive. That was a changeup right over the plate, but just down.
Another grounder to short. That one hopped a little bit on Aloy, and Ross is aboard. Now Bahiva Aloy, only 1 error on the season entering the series, but that's back-to-back days.
Watch Aloy right here. He kind of gets a little flat-footed. He's trying to pick which hop it's going to come up, and I think if he would have been a little more aggressive and gone after that ball, it did have a little top spin on it, and that second hop, kind of like when you throw a super ball off of concrete, it has that little extra top spin and kicks right to you.
Here's the DH, Will Furness.
Furness is one of those guys that could hit it through this wind. There's definitely no doubt about that.
He's come off the bench to play in the first 2 games of the series. Had a pinch hit walk yesterday.
As a lefty, you always got to love hitting when you've got to run over there at first base. It just creates that big, huge hole with that first baseman having to cover the bag.
Only 3 stolen bases with Tigert on the mound this year, and he's got 1 pickoff. This ball lined into center field for a base hit. Good piece of hitting by Will Furness, and there's 2 aboard here with 1 out in the second.
Really pretty swing by Furness. Didn't try to do too much with it. Got a fastball out over the plate. Just a location miss by Tigert.
Brings up Judd Utermark. Sophomore hitting .262, but a .392 OBP. Takes ball 1. Didn't play yesterday, went 0 for 3 in game 1 on Thursday. Bad miss there at a breaking ball.
About 20 inches of horizontal break on that one. You can see how far that Ben McLaughlin, the first baseman for Arkansas, is playing off the line. He's trying to fill that hole that Stovall has kind of vacated, trying to play a little more up the middle. Tiger going breaking ball heavy to Judd Utermark. You can tell he's definitely not one to hang one of those breaking balls, throwing it well below the bottom part of the zone.
Skied up and out of play down the left field side, and it's 2-2. Utermark had reached safely in 12 ball games before Thursday's 0 for evening. Got him with the breaking ball.
First strikeout for Tiger, and it was a big one. That's 2 outs for Arkansas, and that thing just has so much horizontal break. And again, out of the hand, it almost looks like it's not even going to be a strike. The old humpback breaking ball.
Here's the catcher, Trenton Lyons. Curveball has proven to be hard to handle from Tigert for hitters this year.
That's a great block by Hudson White. It's one of those plays that it may go unnoticed, but if somebody gets a base hit right now, instead of getting 2 RBIs, that would have got past him. Ole Miss will just score 1.
Not that the Arkansas pitching staff didn't already have confidence in their catchers, and particularly White, but when you bury one like that early in the game, you think that gives the pitchers a little bit more confidence?
Oh, absolutely. You know, they've worked with these guys all fall. Again, you have to have that comfort level. We got a pair of catchers that do a great job of smothering that baseball, and you got Lyons, the hitter right here for Ole Miss, is going to be a really special catcher in this league. See if Brady Tiger can't work himself out of a jam here in the second.
2-2. Big breaking ball. He was looking to knock down the outside edge.
You wonder if that wind just literally blew that one off the plate. It's about a baseball off, and that's a really good take by Lyons. You can always tell what the catcher does. You see White try to pull that one back in. He knew it was outside.
3-2. Got him swinging. Ole Miss gets 2 on base in the second. Tigert leaves them stranded, though. We go to the home half, still scoreless.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again.
I'm going to break the world record.
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Hey, thanks for the ride, guys. Earn double miles on our tickets with the Capital One Venture Card.
Is a blimp the best way to get to the Final Four?
It is when you look this handsome. It's the airbound mound of rebound.
Champagne, anyone? Oops.
My head! I think we're leaking helium.
There's Ole Miss head coach Mike Bianco in his 24th year in Oxford, 27th overall as a head coach. Rapidly approaching 900 wins at Ole Miss and 1,000 for his career. And, you know, things aren't exactly going smoothly at this juncture for Ole Miss, but there's just way too good of a track record. You just know that Bianco and his staff are going to get this thing going in the right direction, Troy.
Yeah, I think so. And I mentioned in the broadcast yesterday, there's still a lot of baseball left to be played. You know, it's you can't be short-sighted. You have to kind of look at the long run. And again, it's all about playing well at the end of the season. You just got to play well enough to get yourself into the dance, and then the whole season starts over again. You kind of wash everything away at that point.
Kendall Diggs to lead off for Arkansas. Going after the first pitch. Mason Nichols, the right-hander on the mound, making his first career start. 55 relief appearances over the last 2.5 seasons, a career .427 ERA. 10 pitches, 9 for strikes in that 1-2-3 first. Striking out the side.
Josh, after that first swing, Kendall Diggs kind of grabbed that shoulder. He's doing it right there again. You wonder if it had any result of his dive from yesterday. After his first 2 swings, he grabbed that. It's not his throwing shoulder, it's that left shoulder, his back shoulder. See if he does it again if he fouls another one off. Or just hits a base hit.
Lead off aboard. Kendall Diggs with a hit for the second straight day and has reached safely in all 3 games of this series.
It wasn't smoked, but it got just over Hill, the second baseman. It was almost positioned perfectly.
Brings up Roslovich. Senior transfer from Missouri. 1 of 4 on Thursday, didn't play yesterday. Takes a strike, 1-1.
One of the better breaking balls right there. You see Randall, the shortstop, well around the right side of second base. So he's going to have to be the one that's going to cover second on an attempted steal or attempted double play. We talked about what a good job White did. That's a great block right there by Lyons. Shifting that body, not trying to catch it with the glove. Just get in front of it and smother it like a hockey goalie.
Hard hit grounder to the right side. They get the first out of the inning. The shift on, Luke Hill makes the play. Razorbacks head coach Dave Van Horn, legendary head man in his 22nd year. And I think at this juncture, there's still a lot of baseball left to be played, but I mean, he has good reason to believe in this team as much as maybe any that he's had.
Yeah, I think so. I think the pitching depth is just the difference with this ball club. Battled through a couple injuries a season ago and got guys back like Dylan Carter and Cody Frank that would have been really valuable a season ago for the 23 ball club. But and the position depth is really good as well.
Turned on and quickly that wind pushes it foul. Goodness.
That started about 30 feet fair and ended up about 50 feet foul. I mean, that is going to stay fair in any normal day. Last night, that's a home run because there was absolutely no wind last night.
91 going in, 100 miles an hour going out. 0-2.
And as a hitter off the bat, you know it's going to be fair in your mind. Then you look up and that thing is just way foul.
Sprague Lott was asked last night after the game why this Arkansas team is able to rally back and put runs on the board after the opponent scores seemingly so easily. And he said it really, it's, you know, no panic in this squad, but they trust their preparation more than anything.
It's a really good take right there by Sprague-Lott. Again, that pitch is just off the outside, about a baseball wide.
The payoff. Outside, ball 4. Really mature at bat from the veteran, Jared Sprague-Lott.
You can see Mason Nichols wanted those pitches, and both of them are very close. They were exactly where he wanted to throw them, just a hair off the plate. That's really not a bad walk right there, because they still could. Now they've set up the double play. Now you're going to face a freshman.
Part of that 2022 World Series run for Ole Miss. They had to go through this Arkansas team. Souza lifting one up into center. When pushing it towards the gap. That actually helped Ole Miss case there. If that stays more towards straightaway center without any wind, might have a chance to tag, but there was no thought whatsoever in Diggs' mind.
Like the old saying goes, you can't make the last out at third or home. You're already in scoring position, so Diggs tagged up, but you're right, he wasn't going anywhere.
Razorbacks were the only team to defeat Ole Miss in the NCAA tournament in 2022 before the Rebels got revenge to advance to the finals. Little chopper to short, charging up, and a missile fired by Braden Randall. Both teams leave 2 in the second inning. We remain scoreless from Baum-Walker Stadium.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again. I'm going to break the world record.
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Because you are not doing this. Save with DriveWise and get a rate based on you. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Well, you look at the SEC teams in the top 25, 5 in the top 7. Pretty impressive.
It's just crazy, isn't it? I mean, what a gauntlet the SEC is, and you know, how about Arkansas is going to go to Alabama next week, Kentucky. They're playing some really good baseball.
Braden Randall, the leadoff man for Ole Miss. Home plate umpire David Savage makes the call that he did go around. 9 SEC teams are ranked in all 5 polls, and 5 teams ranked in the top 10 of all 5 polls. Being those you just saw, Arkansas, A&M, Tennessee, Florida, and Vanderbilt.
Boy, Ole Miss would really love to get this leadoff guy on. Just get something, start putting a little pressure on that Arkansas defense. Randall is hitting 357 as a leadoff batter, though. Tiger trying to be a little too fine with that fastball.
Chopper to first. McLaughlin with the toss to Tigert. And one away here to start the third inning.
Now batting, second baseman number 7, Luke Hill.
You could hear some yells from the Arkansas dugout of "get over." And I tell you what, sometimes it doesn't hurt to remind a pitcher of what their duties are.
Back to the top of the order, and Luke Hill, who flied out to center field to start the ball game on the first pitch. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. He's been really good in that leadoff spot in this series. You want your leadoff man to battle at the plate. He saw 24 pitches yesterday.
That's a lot of pitches. You're right. That's exactly what you want your leadoff man to do. Got an on-base percentage of almost 400. Does Luke Hill.
He's been even better than that in the series overall, reaching safely 6 of 10 times in the first 2 games. Would have been more if it wasn't for yesterday. He got robbed on that great catch by Kendall Diggs. Tigert struck him out. Right-hander's third strikeout.
You wonder if that wind is actually helping that breaking ball out of Brady Tigert. The wind's blowing one way and the spin of the baseball is going another way, and I wonder if it just has a little extra bite, kind of cutting back into that wind.
That's been the out pitch on all 3 of the strikeouts so far.
The always dangerous Andrew Fisher. Yeah, you can just tell when a guy's locked in at the plate, especially with how they take pitches outside the zone. The fastball had a little sink on that one. About 9 inches of vertical break on a fastball really turned that one over.
Little flinch, they'll appeal. Did not go. That's the right call. Called strike 3. Tigert cut it back in on the outer edge. Brings up Fisher.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again. I'm going to break the world record.
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Phone call from the boss? Sorry. Outdoor time. It's me time.
I hear that. That's why we protect all your vehicles here. But hey, nothing wrong with sticking it to the boss.
Oh, Flo, you're gonna take that? Why would that concern me? Because you're aren't you the...
Huh. We never actually discussed hierarchy.
Okay, why don't we just stick to letting Dave know how much he can save when he bundles his home or auto with his boat or RV?
Wait, I thought Jamie was the boss.
It's funny because I'm not boss material.
Josh Haley and Troy Eklund back with you in Northwest Arkansas. Beautiful afternoon. The wind is very stiff though, blowing in from right field. The crowd enjoying a nice spring day. And Arkansas 20 straight here at Bob Walker Stadium. New stadium record already. Looking to keep it rolling. Ty Wilmsmeyer will lead things off. You said it earlier, Troy. This could be a type of day with that win where it's very low-scoring ball game, and that makes players like Ty Wilmsmeyer extra valuable, doesn't it?
It really does. You know, you just got to find a way to get on base, and you might even see him try to steal a base. Second in the league a season ago, and the wind's blowing between 20 and 30 miles an hour, and it'll gust up to 40 miles an hour. So, again, that's just what these players are having to play through today. That's also why third baseman Fisher is playing even with the bag with Wilmsmeyer's threat to bunt.
Graduate transfer from Missouri. Second game as a Razorback this year. Went 3 of 5 with a homer, 5 runs driven in, and robbed a home run. Lifted up into right center, and taking charge of it, Judd Utermark makes the catch.
The ball wasn't hit very well, but you could see it just died right behind shallow right center field. Every one of these outfielders' first step better be coming in.
Peyton Stovall not only reaching safely in all 17 of his starts this year, but has reached at least twice in 14 of 17. That's a guy that has continued to battle through injuries. He had that thumb injury on his glove hand early last season, and then the broken foot early this year.
Had labrum surgery a season ago. Really bothered him. Not only throwing as well as hitting. So Arkansas fans didn't really see the true Peyton Stovall a season ago. He's finally feeling good, feeling healthy. He's got that big old guard on that front foot and shin. Just misses up and in.
He made the decision to come to Fayetteville, and he would have been a professional immediately if he wanted to. He said, you know, it would have been life-changing money, but I want to win an SEC and a national title.
Mason Nichols continues to fill up the strike zone. 25 strikes, only 10 balls his first 35 pitches.
Turns on this, a rope down into the right field corner. Into second, standing up, a one-out double for Peyton Stovall.
And he just continues to stay locked in at the plate. And a guy that's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. That was a fastball up and in by Nichols, and Stovall really got behind that. We talked about some leverage, and he hit that ball so hard it didn't have that much hook on it, Josh, and then buried down in the corner. Nice job by Utermark to get that ball in, but no chance to get Stovall at second base.
Fourth 2-base hit of the year for Stovall. Speaking of extra base hits, McLaughlin has won in each of the first 3 SEC series. Has been an on-base machine in this series, only 1 hit though. Homered on Tuesday against Arkansas State.
McLaughlin about ready to draw another walk. Dave Van Horn in his post-game interview last night just talked about McLaughlin. He said He's a guy that just only swings his strikes for the most part.
Take it all the way there, 3-1. There you go. And here comes head coach Mike Bianco. There is activity in the Ole Miss bullpen. Mason Nichols has done well, though, in his first career start to this point. It's a guy that has proven he can pitch deep into ball games. His first relief outing of the year went 4 1/3. The rotation's kind of been a revolving door for Ole Miss, and it's really something that started before the season ever got going. Their ace, Xavier Rivas, and Hunter Elliott, both out for the year, Tommy John surgery. And there's been more since then. That opens the door for a guy like Nichols. Who knows, he could maybe fall into that starting role the rest of the year, depending on. Was a key piece in their national championship 2 seasons ago as a freshman.
Really big at bat right here for both teams. You just feel like that runs are going to come at a premium today. Mason Nichols trying to get that punch at a ground ball. Another beautiful stop by Lyons. I love not only how he shifts his body, but he also kind of turns his body just a little bit to kind of, as it's going to ricochet off your chest protector, you want it to go back toward home plate, and that's you always kind of angle your body that way.
It's a situation they know Nichols is not going to get rattled in. 3 appearances in the World Series, just talking about a couple of years ago. Went 3 2/3 innings without a hit, 7 strikeouts and 2 walks.
Definitely trying to keep the ball away from Vahiva Loy. Those breaking balls down and out. Came with the fastball right there, but down in the zone, you might see him go right back to that breaking ball, that slider down and away.
Two. High ball 4. Loaded up with 1 out, and the beer hat's coming out at Paul Walker.
Mason Nichols just tried to nibble just a little too much, and again, the patience by Razorback hitters has allowed them to load the bases with their most consistent hitter in Kendall Diggs.
You look at the series so far, the timely hit has really eluded both teams. Combined 4 of 28 with runners in scoring position. Kendall Diggs was money a year ago. with the bases juiced. 471.
Definitely a strike at the top of the zone. That's been a pitch of emphasis this year for those SEC umpires. That's the one that Diggs wanted. He missed that one.
Hogs right fielder had a bases loaded walk yesterday in the first inning. Fans getting creative. You don't have a beer mug hat, just put your actual beer on your head.
Got to do what you got to do, right? Ole Miss does have the shift on. Middle infielders are both on the right side of second base.
Working himself back into this count, 2-2 now.
It'll be interesting on a fly ball to the outfield because it's going to blow everything closer to home plate. There could be a play at the plate on something that's normally just a routine sacrifice fly.
Just got a piece of that to Diggs.
Try to really get extra extension right there. Just you could hear that tick of that ball.
Spoils another 2-2 pitch.
That was just perfect execution by Nichols, the pitcher, throwing a fastball down and in, and then Diggs fouling off a really good pitcher's pitch. So I think both coaches like that outcome.
Diggs yanked that foul. Look out in the seats.
Got to be locked in at all times, right, Josh?
101 off the bat, yeah. That good fielding percentage for the Razorbacks, elite level. They'd like for it to translate into the fan base.
Uh-oh, somebody's got a spilled drink. That's no good.
Swing and a miss. That might be a new superstition here if you spill your beer when the beer hats are out.
Boy, just a huge punch out right there by Mason Nichols. That overhand breaking ball, you could see the reaction by the catcher, Trent Lyons, and he was fired up.
Fourth strikeout for Nichols. First since he struck out the side in the first inning. Lovich going after the first pitch.
Watch Ben McLaughlin. He's going to go out of the picture. His lead is so big because no one's within probably 50 feet of second base. Back-to-back breaking balls that Lovich just got a piece of, and Nichols is about ready to pitch himself out of this jam.
Skied up, left side. Randall under it and pins it against his chest to make the catch. It gets interesting, but Arkansas leaves them loaded in the third. This game still looking for its first run. Back in Fayetteville, we're scoreless through 3 innings. You look at what happened yesterday in the SEC. Some close ball games out there, including Missouri How about that? Pulling the win over Florida 2-1. And Auburn, the upset over Tennessee, 9-5.
Yeah, that's really big. Kentucky just keeps on their winning ways. See if Ole Miss can't bring some momentum back from that big bases loaded jam that they got out of and parlay that into trying to get something going offensively.
Amongst everyday players, this batter, Ethan Groff, has been their best hitter in SEC play. Just north of 300. Had a hit and a walk yesterday.
That breaking ball looks like it's on a string out there by Brady Tiger.
Groff able to hold up.
That's such a tough pitch to take because it's in the zone for so long. 17 inches of horizontal break, so cuts all the way across home plate.
Arkansas with a 2-game lead in the SEC West entering the day. Texas A&M at 7-3, while the Hogs came in 10-1. Left it inside. Lead off aboard for the first time today for Ole Miss. There's a look at the SEC West. Your last 3 national champions coming out of that division. LSU last year, this Ole Miss team in 22, and Mississippi State in 2021.
This is going to be interesting to see how Ole Miss plays this one, if they're going to try to put a runner in motion with Leger up and can handle the bat really well. Try to avoid staying out of that double play. You can see that's what Tigard's thinking. Tigard is pretty quick to the plate. He's about 125, 135. So he definitely gives his catchers a chance to throw runners out. Big lead over at first base by Groff.
Tigard, who hails from Mississippi. Remember hearing an interview with his parents before the 2022 College World Series. His dad said he loved hearing the stories people would tell him about how hard Brady's working outside. And his mom said her favorite thing was getting messages from people wanting to send their thanks to Brady for spending time with their kids. So it tells you kind of character he's got and the type of home he grew up in too. If the things that they're proud of the most are the things that are not necessarily in a baseball game.
Yeah, that's true. He's still going to have a lot of success in his baseball career for sure. You just feel like this is kind of a pivotal part of the game. If Arkansas can maybe turn a double play right here and kind of erase that runner, if Ole Miss can find a hole. Talk about the patience of Arkansas hitters. Nice shot by Leger right here to lay off that breaking ball down in the zone. He's trying to get something out over the plate he can drive.
Well, Leger had 53 consecutive plate appearances without a strikeout entering the series. And Hog pitchers have struck him out 3 times so far. Hagen Smith twice on Thursday.
Pretty good looking pitch, and Tigert wanted that one. Tiger's trying to change up that hold. He'll go quick sometimes, and sometimes he'll just kind of pause for a real long time. He's trying to freeze both the runner at first and the hitter.
Did he get a piece of that or totally missed it? Tiger's saying no way, that was off the cap of the bat, which is a big deal because could be a drop third strike wild pitch to allow the runner to get to second.
I think it's going to be a strikeout, but since there was a runner who was occupying first base. Big break for Arkansas because I think Leger would have got to first base. But now the Ole Miss has got runner in scoring position. Yeah, I think Hudson White was just trying to throw. That runner was in motion. He was thinking about the throw and didn't bother catching the baseball.
Jackson Ross reached on an error first time up.
Just inside. Josh, I'm a little surprised about how deep Ty Wilmsmeyer is playing in center field. For a guy that can run as well as he can, he's probably about 3 or 4 steps deeper than I think he should be with that wind, because everything's going to get knocked down there. So the line drive, you might be able to steal a catch on that. Good AB by Ross right here, just not expending that strike zone.
The SEC leader in walks, 33 of them on the year. So he's got his zone down to a millimeter. He's not going to stretch it for very many people.
See, the misses that Tigert has are mostly glove side. He's kind of been yanking that fastball out there a little bit.
And Ross has now walked in every game in this series. Second walk of the inning for Tigert. And that's kind of been an MO for this Rebels team, one of the nation's leaders in walks on the season.
Nobody up in the Arkansas bullpen. This is definitely Brady Tigert's game. Let's see if Hudson White, who calls his own pitches, doesn't maybe dial up a changeup or two against the power hitting Will Furness. Sometimes you want to slow that arm speed down of your pitcher, especially when you can't locate the fastball. Sometimes it just has him recalibrate just a little bit. Came to the changeup, but just again, everything's missing glove side. Down and into lefties.
Was that 1-0 pitch past him?
Really good sink on that fastball. Probably the best one he's thrown all game.
Furness, an on-base percentage up over .450 in conference play.
Can fill up a batter's box, that's for sure.
Furness last year hit .298. 3 homers, 15 runs driven in. 2-2. Little hopper that stayed fair. Good job by Hudson White to stay on it.
It almost looked like it hit the bat twice. See if he doesn't hit it and then hit it again. I think it hit ricocheted off of Furness himself.
Dave Van Horn out asking for clarification.
It was a really odd play.
We've seen our fair share of them in this series so far. Last night we had the double challenge. Both coaches challenged on the same play, different things.
That was crazy.
Double challenge that resulted in a double play.
You just feel like this is such a big situation for both ball clubs. Kind of like last inning. Arkansas couldn't scratch out a run.
Got him.
That is a huge punch out right there if the guy's got some tremendous power. It doesn't get any easier right here with Judd Utermark coming up.
He was Tigers' first strikeout victim back in the second inning.
Arkansas has Vahiva Loy kind of playing in the hole where the shortstop is farther away from second base. Another beautiful breaking ball by Brady Tiger. You might see another one right here, just a steady dive to that big hook.
Got him swinging. That breaking ball has been dynamic all afternoon. Tiger with 7 strikeouts, and the Rebels strand 2 in the 4th.
Nice job by Brady Tiger in the pressure situation. 2 big strikeouts.
Tight ball game as we move into the bottom of the 4th. Both teams have had chances, but pitching has been very good situationally. And both teams continue to struggle in this series with runners in scoring position.
Josh, that is one full hog pen out there. This has got to be a record crowd. There was a record crowd last night. I think it was like 11,300. When you see people filling up the bleachers out in the hog pen, that's a lot of bodies.
Took a while to get everybody into the ballpark. Both pitchers worked really quickly. We had a quick first inning. Mason Nichols making his first career start. That was pitch number 60 for him.
How happy do you think that Mike Bianco and staff are with the job that Mason Nichols has done? Pitched himself out of a big jam last inning.
Well, as they've searched for consistency in the complete rotation, this might be the new guy to fill that spot. High in the air to right. Tracking over towards the line, Utermark makes the catch. Sprague-Lott retired for out number 1 here in the 4th.
The only way to get one out to right field is going to be a low line drive. Maybe something that either the scoreboard or the building kind of helps knock that wind down. Big shift for Nolan Souza.
Freshman from Honolulu has really kind of taken charge for the most part, getting the bulk of the starts at DH as of late.
Talked to him during batting practice today, Josh, and Asked him what position he played in high school, and he said, well, as a sophomore, first base, just tried to get on the field, then moved him to second base and finished up at shortstop. So he's a guy that can kind of move around that infield, especially with that 6'3" frame. You could easily see him over there at first base. Now Ole Miss is going to shift the third baseman over to the second base side and move the shortstop, Randall, back just to the left of second base. But boy, there's a lot of infielders out there trying to take away those ground balls of Souza.
This is how they played him last night as well. Came off the bench, finished 1 for 3. He was 2 for 3 in Thursday's game. No Razorback has a better average in this ballpark than Souza does. Just shy of 400. This ball hit well into right center. Going back, it is gone! How about that? Stiff win, no problem for Nolan Souza.
What I say, Josh, is going to have to be shot out of a cannon. How about 104 exit velocity, 404 feet right through the teeth of that wind, and it is absolutely whipping out there. That ball was absolutely crushed. The freshman goes 6'3", 220 pounds, and you can just watch the outfielders here when this ball takes off. They just turn their head and just start running back as fast as they can, and boy, that was a missile by Souza.
Now the exit angle better be pretty low, like you said, to get one out. That was 23 degrees. Five homers now in the year for the freshman from Honolulu. It's only the third home run given up for Nichols this year in 18 innings pitched. An unfortunate foul there for Hudson White.
For Hudson White, you know, he's laughing about it, but at least he didn't hit a hand instead of hit the knob instead. See how Nichols bounces back on this next batter.
Towering fly ball to shallow left center. Leger makes the catch. Good rebound by Mason Nichols after giving up the home run.
Nothing is a gimme in that outfield today. That's going to bring out Mike Bianco, and that might be it for Mason Nichols. Again, he did exactly what Ole Miss wanted. Chewed up a lot of innings. He's kept his team in the game. They're only 1 run down. That's a salty performance.
Yeah, if you look back on it and say the only blemish on your line is a home run that was cut through 25-mile-an-hour wind, you can live with that. 1-0 lead for Arkansas. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back.
Really good job by Mason Nichols again. Did exactly what Ole Miss wanted. Was really filling up that strike zone early, commanding the fastball and the breaking ball. Pitching himself into and out of a couple jams. But all you can ask out of him is give your team a chance to win, and that's what he's done today. See the line right there? Only allowed 3 hits, 4 punch outs, but the big swing was Nolan Souza.
Great stuff in his first career start. He hands the ball off to right-hander Josh Mallitz. He was first out of the bullpen on Thursday.
Threw an inning on Thursday, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, threw only 15 pitches. See the junior out of Tampa, Florida. He's going to be 91 to 94 at the fastball. Throws a slider and changeup as well. Going to be kind of straight over the top. He's going to get a lot of sink on that fastball.
Ty Wilmsmeyer, the hitter, with 2 outs. Mallett's like Mason Nichols, who he replaces, a key piece in that national championship team 2 seasons ago. Pitched the final 2 innings of their first game of the finals against OU. Tommy John surgery in November of 2022, did not pitch last year.
It's kind of an unusual pre-pitch ritual that Mallets has. Kind of raises both hands, a hand in the glove with the ball and well over his head, and then kind of slowly brings them down.
High chopper. This could be trouble. It is. Wilmsmeyer safe. Now, the second that Fisher was not going to be able to get that on just one hop and had to let it hop the second time, you knew that Wilmsmeyer was going to be safe.
Yeah, we talk about how much speed Wilmsmeyer has. You talk about the average elite speed of a Major League Baseball player is 30 feet a second when they're running full speed. Wilmsmeyer is 31.5 feet. So he's a foot and a half faster, and you could see Fisher had to rush that throw, but just no chance for Fisher to make that play. This might be an opportunity for Wilmsmeyer to try to swipe a base right here, because if he gets thrown out, you still come back for your Arkansas with Stovall hitting, so that's not a bad thing. Same thing, that's exactly what Mallets is thinking as well in Ole Miss.
This gets away. Wilmsmeyer in scoring position now.
See where this throw was, just right over the back of Ty Wilmsmeyer. That's really no chance for Jackson Ross to make that play. That could be a big miscue on the air by the pitcher. Saw one of those yesterday by Mason Molina.
Nice job behind the plate by Trenton Lyons. They really like this freshman. Big guy, 6'3" behind the dish.
For somebody that's that big, he's super mobile. I mean, watch him shift his body. Again, kind of throws that right shoulder out just a little bit, so when that ball ricochets off his chest, kind of goes back toward home plate. They need to be really careful right here to Peyton Stovall. He's a guy that is absolutely locked in at the plate. nasty Stovall he was wanting to hit. Kind of disgusted that pitch wasn't close for him to offer at it.
Now batting for the Razorbacks, first baseman, number 6, Ben McLaughlin.
Ben McLaughlin, a walk and a strikeout today. And now Trenton Lyon's going to come out and have a word with Josh Mallitz. Mallitz has gone at least 2 innings in 5 of his 9 outings on the year. Named to the College Baseball Writers Association Stopper of the Year preseason watch list. This, with all the injuries Ole Miss has been through with the pitching staff, injuries that plagued them before the year even started. 15 runs allowed in 4 of their last 6 SEC games coming into the series. Done a pretty good job though so far.
How about Ben McLaughlin just continuing to spit on pitches that are outside the zone, and that didn't miss by much, but again, a baseball out. Ole Miss would love to get out of this inning with just only 1 run pushed across by the Hogs.
Another first strike too.
Another big 12-6 breaking ball by Mallitz. That thing has some depth on it. How about 13 inches of horizontal break?
Pitch yanked into the seats in right field. McLaughlin has been one of the Razorbacks' better 2-out hitters over the last 2 years. In his time here at Fayetteville, hitting better than 300, 2 outs on the board.
This next pitch is a big one. It's 2-2 right now, Josh, and if it's a ball, then the runners are going to get a head start, and then a base hit might score a pair if it's not right at an outfielder.
Hit towards center on the move now is Groff. Makes the catch just in front of the warning track. McLaughlin put a charge into that one. So did Nolan Souza earlier in the inning.
Yeah, really big swing by the freshman. Just absolutely hit. It looked like a 3-wood right through the wind. Hogs up 1-0.
Sunny but windy day here in Northwest Arkansas, and a 1-0 lead for the nation's unanimous #1 squad. Razorbacks off to a 26-3 start.
What an interesting inning, last inning for Brady Taggart. Walked the first batter, struck a guy out, walked the next batter, struck the next 2 out. Not a lot of contact right there in that inning for Brady Taggart, but a lot of pitches thrown.
He struck out 5 of the last 7 hitters. Freshman from Memphis, Trenton Lyons.
Again, just started his first game at catcher on Tuesday of this week.
I was in a return to his hometown, Memphis, Tennessee native. They took on the Memphis Tigers. Game was close up to the midway point. Ultimately, Memphis able to pull away for a 9-4 win. Reaching out and pushes that breaking ball into center field.
Just kind of dumped that one into center field, but did a great job of keeping that barrel in the strike zone for a long time. Watch how long he extends that pitch. That ball's not even a strike. That's about 3 baseballs off the plate. And it's an outstanding swing by the freshman. Found some green grass out there.
Braden Randall drops the bunt down. Nice play by Sprague-Lawton trying to take third, and well done. Nice base running as Sprague-Lawton charged in. The Tiger didn't get over to third base, and Lions able to recognize that.
That was a great bunt, and Sprague-Lawton called off Tiger, and Tiger didn't exchange positions right there, and just a really heads-up piece of base running by the freshman Lions. Arkansas only has one infielder, Sprague-Lawton, the third baseman, playing in. Tiger would love a punch out right here.
Hill able to lay off it low and outside.
It's a good job by Hudson White. Get that glove out there and short hop that ball in the dirt. Really good take by Luke Hill. That's down and away. That's the one that's so tough as a hitter not to swing at. You just want to put the ball in play. Arkansas brings in Ben McLaughlin in on the corners. That's where Tiger's throwing that fastball. He's just yanking that glove side, just kind of really spinning off the baseball a little bit instead of driving through it toward home plate.
Outside, ball 4. Goodness.
It's a great job by Luke Hill, and that brings up Andrew Fisher. So not only does Luke Hill get on base, but you bring up hands down the most dangerous hitter of this Ole Miss lineup.
Hill was down in that count 0-2, able to battle back. You could tell by his body language after ball 4 how fired up he was. He knew it.
Sometimes great at-bats, you don't even have to hit the ball to have a great at-bat, and that was one right there.
Tigers got another man down 0-2.
Really good changeup. I think Fisher uses a bucket of eye black for each game. That is some serious eye black.
He got him to chase a breaking ball outside. last time up. It didn't actually swing. A little flinch, though.
Tell you what, if you're going to go up with a fastball right here, you got to go way up. Fisher can tomahawk that pitch. You saw it yesterday's game. It's a great take. It's a competitive pitch, but it's out of the zone. And just somebody that knows the strike zone really well, and Andrew Fisher. Wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see another one of those change-ups off the plate. I hope they're going to bust him in.
Close play. Well, you're definitely seeing why this Ole Miss team is one of the best in the nation at drawing walks with their plate discipline here in this inning.
We're really close over there. A little hesitation by Hill over at first base. Good count to run on.
Popped up. Razorbacks trying to find it. And Souza off his glove and into foul territory. And this ball game is tied. Lyons comes in to score. Vahiva Aloy, I beg your pardon.
When that ball was up, you could see that Sprague Lott was trying to call off Aloy, but then it kept blowing away from Vahiva, hit right off his heel. What a big play the base running job was by the freshman Trenton Lyons to go from first to third right there, and that allowed him to score on that pop-up. I guess they ruled that a hit. But Andrew Fisher, you just got to put that ball in play. Something good's going to happen.
It's one of those in the statistics manual. If it's deemed by the official score that, you know, the wind or the sun played a part in ball falling, then you can give it a hit. That's definitely a hit. Back up the middle. Green light given. Throw to the plate and pops loose. Ole Miss has taken the lead. Luke Hill sliding in.
Just a great swing right there by Ethan Groff, and Luke Hill was a beneficiary of that really great walk. He was 0-2, then he got the walk and just a bullet right back through the box. No chance for Arkansas to stop that one, and Hill scores easily from second base.
Well, the day is done for Brady Tygart as you look back at that play. I think even if that stays in the mid of white, Hill's still going to be safe. Ole Miss has taken the lead 2-1. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. There's the numbers this afternoon on Brady Tygart. 4 1/3, striking out 7, walked 3, and responsible for a couple of runners aboard right now. Top of the 5th inning, Ole Miss getting 2 to take the lead, and it forces Arkansas to go to the bullpen. New man on the mound is going to be right-hander Jake Faraday.
Yeah, Jake Faraday's got some electric stuff. He's going to sit mid to upper 90s with that fastball, sweeping breaking ball. You haven't seen Jake Faraday very much. He closed out the game against Oregon State down in Arlington, and the stuff is definitely electric.
Cleanup hitter Ethan Leger leading things off. First pitch, little one hopper to third. They go to second for one, relay to first. Did not get the tag.
That was a great job by Jared Sprague-Lott to handle the ball that was hit right off the end of the bat. Gave Stovall a good feed. Took his time, really collected it. Stovall just let this one sail. Really good hustle by the runner going down to first base, Leger.
First pitch to Jackson Ross, who walked last time up. You know, it's the little things that you look back on in this inning that Ole Miss did well. That sack bunt where Trenton Lyons made it from first to third on. If he doesn't get to third on that play, then he's not going to be able to score on that little pop-up from Andrew Fisher. And then Fisher and Luke Hill both were down in the count 0-2, and you called it out. They were able to lay off some close pitches. Didn't let Brady Tigert off the hook.
Yeah, you're right. It was really quality at bats. Heads up play by Lyons going from first to third when Tigert didn't replace Sprague-Lott when he left third base to make that field out on that sacrifice bunt.
Got him swinging. Faraday retires the side, but Ole Miss taking the lead, 2-1. We head for the bottom of the fifth.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again. I'm going to break the world record.
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, with your home, auto, boat, and RV all bundled with Progressive, you've got the peace of mind to really wander.
Yeah, I just hope it stays this way. Once word gets out about these places, they tend to...
Are you done?
And there it is.
But at least your vehicles are protected. Let's hit the road.
Hey, fam. I am just at this beautiful lake that I just discovered, practicing gratitude, manifesting abundance.
2-1 ball game. Ole Miss has moved in front. Good situational baseball and taking the lead. And Troy, the first two games of this series, Arkansas winning, but they were games that Ole Miss scored first in, and they were very much in the ball game at this stage. This is kind of the area where Dave Van Horn's teams really thrive. When the other team scores, can you answer back with runs? And his team's done a great job of that this year.
Yeah, it's going to really rely on the pitching of Ole Miss, and there's a quick, loud response right there by Vahiva Aloy.
That was 109 miles an hour off the bat.
He just hits the ball differently. I mean, it's crazy how hard this kid hits the baseball. Another big thing that happened was bases loaded and Kendall Diggs went down swinging, and this is another opportunity for him to have a short memory and come back and really help lift his ball club up and push in a run right here.
The hit streak now for Vahiva Aloy at 13 games and has reached safely in 20 straight.
Mallitz is really feeling that overhand curveball, and it out of the hand, it looks like it's going to be a ball and just drops right off the table. Aloy, not much of a lead over there at first base. Ole Miss playing the shift on Kendall Diggs, two infielders, actually three to the right side of second base. Lyons lost all his gear, his helmet, his face mask. He's doing everything he could to knock that ball down. Gotta get that earpiece back in. The young freshman's just doing a great job of smothering the baseball on those balls in the dirt.
Swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Diggs. Josh Mallett's on the mound, right-hander, first out of the bullpen on Thursday and again this afternoon. Mason Nichols was the starter. Here comes the late shift from Ole Miss.
Just a steady diet of breaking balls by Mallett to Kendall Diggs. I don't think he's going to run, but with all those breaking balls, it's a good opportunity for Aloy to try to steal second base, but he's got a very safe lead over there at first.
Look out. First base coach Bobby Wernes had to dance out of the way.
Got to be on your toes over there in the first base box.
Full count now to Kendall Diggs. He fouled off 3 2-2 pitches last time up before striking out.
The runner stayed put at first base. And if you're Arkansas, you really don't want to get a strike him out, throw him out right here. Lyons throws the ball really well. Mallett just continues to throw that breaking ball.
Lined into right field. Good piece of hitting by Kendall Diggs, his second hit of the afternoon. Razorbacks are in business here in the bottom of the fifth.
This is going to be interesting to see what Arkansas does right here. If they're going to try to sacrifice up Razorbacks, but great at bat, breaking ball after breaking ball. See Diggs stay with that ball. Not a bad pitch in the very bottom part of the zone, and this is how you get a shift beater. Just hit a bullet right over their heads. I have to say that Razorbacks is going to try to bunt in this situation. It's going to bring out Mike Bianco out of the dugout.
Looking down at his bullpen on the way out there. Well, they knew they were going to have to kind of piece this one together today. Even last night after the game, Mike Bianco did not announce who his starter would be for today. It was still undecided. And they are going to go to the pen here in the fifth. Go-ahead run is aboard for Arkansas with nobody out. We'll introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going Ole Miss.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again. I'm going to break the world record.
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to give back to my community.
And our alma mater.
I am the first in my family to graduate.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Because there are people out there who aren't you. A lot of them. And you don't drive like, whoa.
I don't want my child being raised by a robot.
Other drivers are not you.
Yes, thank you so much to all 50 of my subscribers.
Nope, definitely not you. Save with DriveWise and get a rate based on you. you're in good hands with Allstate.
Arkansas gets into the bullpen here in the bottom of the 5th. Josh Mallett's a third of an inning. A couple of hits, though, here to start the 5th, and it forces Mike Bianco to go to the pen for the second time. They will turn to right-hander Braden Jones, who pitched on Thursday night.
Hey, through 2 innings, did not give up a run or a hit. The right-hander has thrown 15 innings. The 18 punch-outs is what they'd really love right now. See that he's going to throw that fastball mid-90s, so he's got definitely some velocity, a little bit of sink on that fastball. It's always hard to bunt guys with a lot of velocity.
Lovich showing bunt and immediately gets brushed back. And neither of these teams are too keen on sacrificing. Only 10 sack bunts between them on the year, but certainly this situation screams for it, as you mentioned.
I think Lovich was thinking if he just pulls that bat back and takes on for the team, he's going to get on base and have bases loaded.
Did get hit there. Couldn't move out of the way quick enough. Got him in the leg, it looked like.
That's a huge play. Arkansas was trying to give Ole Miss an out. And the pitcher just drills Lovich in the foot. I was going to get to the backstop if it didn't hit Ross Lovich, but if you're Jared Sprague-Lott, you just got to get this ball to the outfield. Cardinal sends are you cannot pop out in this situation or strike out.
First pitch outside. It's only the second hit by pitch all year for Braden Jones, who's making his team leading 13th in relief. Arkansas hitting a whopping .452 with the bases loaded this year.
Sprague-Lott hitting .296 with runners in scoring position. Really close pitch right there. Went Sprague-Lott's way. You talk about the difference between a 2-1 count and a 1-2 count is huge, especially with bases loaded.
High and tight, ball 3. Nowhere to put him. Now it gets interesting. Sprague-Lott, who's driven in a couple of runs in each of the first 2 games of this series. Another golden opportunity here.
Ole Miss is playing back on the infield. They're just trying to find a way to reduce the damage.
Ground ball to the left of second. On the bag for 1, over to first, double play. Tying run does come in to score, but no RBI on the double play.
It's a great job by Hill, the second baseman. Good positioning by Ole Miss. Sprague-Lott does a job just getting that baseball on the ground, but Hill just doesn't panic and doesn't rush that play. Easily gets Sprague-Lott at first base.
Nolan Souza takes ball 1.
Kendall Diggs over there at third base. He is taking a really nice secondary lead because Fisher is playing well off the bag. He's just looking for something down in the dirt so he can try to advance and score on a wild pitch pass ball.
That is just foul. Looked like it didn't miss Ross's glove by a whole lot, and then came down, talking millimeters in foul territory.
Almost hit the umpire, Kevin Elsey. He was trying to make the call and get out of the way.
Drives it through the big hole up the middle, and Arkansas back in front. Nolan Souza, the clutch bat so far today, the home run last inning. It gives the Hogs the lead here at the bottom of the fifth.
A really good inside-out swing by Souza. Pulled those hands inside the baseball, just shot it right through that huge hole. Ole Miss has been shifting on left-handers all weekend, and that one burned him right there. You can see that there is nobody within 100 feet of that baseball on the infield. Both those first two singles came around to score. The first single by Vahiva Loy and then Kendall Diggs.
Arkansas was 3 of 22 with runners in scoring position before that hit by Souza, and 0 for 6 today. Inning started with a pair of hits, then a pitcher change, a hit batter, loaded him up with nobody out. Double play to tie the game. Souza with the clutch hit, and now Hudson White. 3-1, that was a close pitch.
Some borderline pitches have gone Arkansas's way this inning and really changed the complexion of a couple at bats. Now Souza's going to get a head start over there at first base. Full count, 2 outs. You can see Ross was talking to his pitcher Jones saying, hey, I'm going to play behind the runner. He's well behind the runner, so Souza is going to get about a 40-foot lead right here. He's got to keep going if you're Nolan Souza.
Popped up, drifting foul. Ross runs out of space. It goes 2 rows deep into the seats. Hey, there you go.
That's why you bring the glove.
Didn't spill the nachos either. With as good as the brisket nachos are in this ballpark, I don't know if I would trade those for a foul ball.
I know. They're pretty pricey too, so they're probably worth more than the foul ball.
Chopper through the right side. Little hesitation, but Souza able to take off and easily get down to third.
Souza forgot like how many outs there were. You can see Nate Thompson's talking to him, and he's like, yeah, that was my fault to stop around second base. And a couple seeing eye singles right there for Arkansas.
Here comes head coach Mike Bianco. Looked like Jones was maybe going to be able to get him out of the inning. Not going to be the case. Ole Miss is going to have to go back to the bullpen. 3-2 lead for Arkansas. Rebels desperately trying to slam the door here and keep it close.
A lot of activity for Arkansas. Bases loaded, ground ball, double play. Nice job by Hill. And Ole Miss thought that they might have just avoided a big inning, but runner on third digs, and the base hit by Nolan Souza, his second RBI of the game, pushes that lead to 3-2.
Well, the new man on the mound is the Rebels closer, Connor Spencer, who entered the series tied for the league lead in saves with 5. He takes the bump for the first time in the series.
How about out of the same city as Brady Tiger at Hernando, Mississippi? Putting out some really good pitchers. 94 with that last fastball.
As coincidental as that is, that story goes a couple of steps further. 0-1 pitch. Wilmsmeyer fouls it off. The odds, pretty unlikely that you'd have two guys from same hometown, opposite teams pitching on the same day. They didn't go to the same high school. Spencer went to Hernando. Wilmsmeyer flies one up into right center. Finish that story on the other side of the break. Arkansas gets 2 in the 5th and take a 3-2 lead.
That surrounds this tournament, the best conference tournament in all of college baseball.
Save me, so my bones have been aching.
Oh, he tattoos it!
Time to make a stand.
Man, I'm all jacked up. Let's get to Hoover.
It'll be here before you know it, and it should be another great one. We've got a good ball game here today in game 3. Both teams get 2 in the 5th inning. Arkansas in front 3-2. And they'll make a change on the mound. Taking over is left-hander Parker Coyle.
Yeah, Parker Coyle's a guy that's just going to fill up the strike zone. He's not going to overpower you at the fastball. He'll sit 90-91, but just great command. And Ole Miss is going to go with the pinch hitter right here, Bo Gatlin.
We saw Gatlin in the DH spot yesterday. Finished 0 for 1 before they replaced him for a favorable matchup. It's when they brought in the left-handed bat of Will Furness. And right here they make that change the other way so that they get the lefty-righty matchup. Look out. Mason White's throw past Parker Coyle.
Well, back-to-back sliders by Parker Coyle. Gatlin, a hometown product right there in Oxford, Mississippi.
Transfer from Meridian Community College.
See if Parker Coyle doesn't try to turn over a changeup down and away right here. Doesn't mess around, goes with the fastball. Good location, up and away to Bo Gatlin. See Hudson White sitting up outside and missed his spot just a little bit, caught a little more of the plate than he wanted, but he threw it right past Gatlin.
John Utermark going after the first pitch. Utermark had a big game Tuesday in that non-conference affair in Memphis, going 3 for 4 with a couple of doubles.
I love the line that Matt Hobbs talks about Parker Coyle. He says the same thing about Will McIntyre. He said they just swallow up innings. heard the term eat up. I've never seen her swallow up innings.
This one lined into the gap. Utermark on his way to second, and the tying run is aboard here in the 6th with 1 out.
The ball was kind of hit where nobody was. Wilmsmeyer, the center fielder, was swung around to right center field. Utermark goes down and hit that one off the end of the bat, but he found a lot of green grass out there in left center field. And that ball just hit the ground and just continued to roll out in that gap. That's a huge double for Ole Miss.
Lyons fouls that off of the catcher, White. If anybody could be empathetic, it is the Ole Miss catcher, Trenton Lyons. Got his second hit of the series last time up. That was to lead off the 5th and really kind of spark things for Ole Miss to get on the board. Key piece of base running too for Lyons, who was able to make it from first to third on a sac bunt. Got him swinging.
And the slider is really working for Parker Coyle. So those right-handed batters just swinging right over the top of it. Watch the action on this slider down and in. Just a little insurance right there by Hudson White, just making sure the umpire knew that he got that out and not have to throw the ball down to first base. Some big sweep on that slider by Parker Coyle.
Randall was due, and he knocks this through the 5-6 hole. And it's a tie ball game. His first hit of the series comes at a timely moment.
That was a pitch outside the strike zone, down a baseball below the knees, and just a perfect piece of hitting by Randall right there. That runner scores easily from second base. That's Utermark chugging around and slid just to make sure. Got to get that uniform dirty one way or another, right?
Head coach Dave Van Horn coming out. Teaching moment right there. And he'll go to the bullpen. So we're all even at 3 here in the 6th. Go ahead on first for Ole Miss. And a call to the pen for the Hogs. Both teams going to their closer a little bit earlier than expected, but you don't want to leave anything off the table here. Arkansas brings on the freshman Gabe Gackel, who's been so good in this first season.
Yeah, you're right. Both teams are pushing all their chips in and seeing what is going to happen. Gabe Gackel has been outstanding for Arkansas. That fastball is set mid-90s. He'll run it up to 96, sometimes 97. Big overhand curve. And a guy that just seems like he's got ice water in his veins. Tremendous poise on the mound for a freshman.
5 saves, tied for the SEC lead with Ole Miss Connor Spencer, who came on in the bottom of the 5th. Hill swings and lifts one up to straightaway center. Wilmsmeyer barely having to move. Makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out for Gabe Gackel to retire the side, but Ole Miss ties it up. 3-3, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Back in Fayetteville, tie ball game. Arkansas starter Brady Tigert this afternoon from Hernando, Mississippi. And the man on the mound for Ole Miss from that same place, Connor Spencer taking over. very coincidental that those two pitching in the same game from the same hometown. They did not go to the same high school, though. Spencer went to Hernando High, while Brady Tigert went to Lewisburg High School 9 miles down the road. Would you believe this? Those two high schools are playing each other today.
Oh, man. That's some great research, Josh.
Now, that one took me down a long rabbit hole. Wonder if they know that. If so, they should have some things to talk about. Spencer a couple of years older than Tiger. Stovall hitting one well into center, but knocked down into the glove of Gruff.
Just a routine fly in this wind.
First baseman, number 6, Ben McLaughlin.
This right-hander Spencer has not allowed a run in 7 of his 8 outings on the year. Just had one outing that got away from him, and that's kind of what ballooned the ERA up to 7.36. Limiting opponents to a 2.14 average, though.
Yeah, straight over the top, almost kind of like the old-fashioned hitting machine. They used to call it the Iron Mike, the one that had the arm. I mean, that is a very high release point. Really gets extended out to this Connor Spencer.
Slow roller to the right side. Smooth as silk. Luke Hill makes the play. Just made that move over to second base. Luke Hill had been playing short, and they swapped he and Braden Randall.
That was a really good play by Hill because that ball came up on him. That last hop, looks like it was hugging the ground, and I think it hit between the dirt, his grass and the dirt, and it came up, and he did not let that one eat him up at all.
Here's Vahiba Aloy with 2 outs. He's swung at the first pitch in 7 straight plate appearances. Make it 8. Spencer had a beat on that ball early on. Catcher Lyons was kind of relying on him if that would have stayed in play.
Yeah, Lyons never picked that baseball up. Wind just blew it up on top of the roof above us. Make it 8 for 8 for Vahiba Aloy. Throw it in the zone, he's going to swing at it.
Preseason All-American on the Golden Spikes Award watch list as well. Coming off a consensus freshman All-American year at Sacramento State.
Aloy hunting something up in the zone middle in. Again, if you're going to get one out today, besides like the ball that Souza hit, you're going to have to hit it out to left. See Spencer trying to keep that fastball down and away.
Full count now. Arkansas has only been retired in order in one inning. That was the first when Mason Nichols struck out the side.
Boy, fouled that one off his ankle, it looked like.
How about this? Aloy's brother Cuyo, a freshman at BYU, he was just at the plate in their game against Texas. This lofted towards shallow center and falls in for a base hit.
An excuse me single on a check swing by Vahiva Aloy. That's one of those ones that makes up that when you hit it really hard.
His brother Cuyo, to finish that thought, he flied out to center field. So the two brothers putting a ball in play towards center at the plate literally at the same time. They're in a series at Texas down in Austin.
So the parents have like a split screen going or a couple TVs at the same time. Maybe TV, laptop. They've got to figure it out, I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Smart move by Spencer right here. You really want to keep Aloy close. Not a huge base stealing threat, but if you're ever going to try to steal, this would be a situation. You're Arkansas, trying to find a way to get that runner into scoring position. Seems like Spencer's had to lean on that fastball quite a bit. It's a good one. The breaking ball's been kind of up. Hasn't had quite the bite that he would like. So if you're Kendall Diggs, you're sitting on something straight.
Diggs has reached safely 5 times already in this series, 3 hits, including 2 today. Lloyd taken off. Throw is dropped at second. Would have been a close play. It pops onto the glove of Randall.
A lot of contact down there at second base. Randall trying to stick his nose in there and dig that one out and make a tag. Aloy got a good jump. It's a nice throw by Lyons. It's very close play. It's just a ball that Randall missed.
6 for 6 for Aloy and stolen base attempts.
That's a big stolen base right there. Hill, the second baseman, to go flip that ball into the stands. Big shift right there for Diggs to try to find a hole on that right side.
Little chopper. Randall there to make the play. And the side retired. Razorbacks leave 1. Tie ball game headed for the 7th.
Well, the 4th inning, the big swing by the freshman Nolan Souza hit it right through the teeth of that wind, put Arkansas up in the 5th inning. A pop-up right behind the shortstop third base. Vahiva Aloy couldn't come up with that one. Big ground ball through the hole by Trent Lyons, and then that scored another run. Souza came up and drove in Kendall Diggs. In the 6th inning, just a pretty piece of hitting right there by Randall for the RBI scoring Utermark. We're knotted up at 3s.
Andrew Fisher, the leadoff hitter for Ole Miss. Both teams have their closers on the mound. Gabe Gackle came out of the bullpen with a runner on base last inning. One pitch, got a fly out to end it. And now here's Fisher, who homered twice yesterday. Team leading 34 RBI for the Duke transfer. Freshman All-American last year for the Blue Devils. Team that advanced to a super regional. Hit 11 home runs, has already topped that total this year now with 12 and 13 last night. With the hit last time up, he's now reached safely in 18 ball games.
He's really seeing the baseball big and having some great at-bats this weekend. That's just power on power right there. Gackle at 96 on that last fastball. Fisher just spoiling a good pitch down in the zone. Big batter in this inning right here already kind of sets the tone.
Lifted up, drifting foul. The wind helped push it to that side and away from Roslovich. Fisher said that he was receiving fan mail from the Rebels before he ever even played in his first game, but he made sure that it was not just hype. He has been every bit as good, probably better maybe than what they could have expected.
Fisher took his time getting back into the box. There's no clock on that.
Foul tip held on to by White.
That's a huge breaking ball by Gabe Gackle. When you strike out a guy like Fisher, you know you've thrown a really good pitch. He just tipped that one right into the glove of Hudson White. That's when you know your stuff's good, when you throw a 55-footer and they swing at it.
Could have ended up like in cricket, hit it off the bounce. Quickly ahead, 0-2 here after an 8-pitch battle with Andrew Fisher.
Was time called by the batter. So that's why home plate umpire David Savage is making a notation of that in his little book.
Ethan Groff at the plate, the Tulane transfer, approaching 200 career hits.
That's a lot.
RBI base knock his last time up, but he gets rung up here.
Groff didn't like it. Arkansas fan base did. Another big breaking ball by Gackle. Hudson White setting up off the plate. White might have helped that one just a little bit. Talked about the poise of Gabe Gackle. He does not act like a freshman when he's out there on the mound.
Had a hot shot grounder and just off the edge of the glove of Sprague Lott. Leger cruising into second with a 2-out double.
I think that's a ball that Sprague Lott thought he was going to come up with and just snuck right under his glove. A little 2-out noise by the Rebels.
It's only the second extra base hit Gackle has given up this year in 18 innings pitched. It's Leger's 9th double of the year. He's got a hit now in all 3 games of the series. He had 3 doubles on Tuesday against Memphis.
The big thing is he's already in scoring position. That's why that extra base is so critical with 2 outs. That is something that can sneak through to push that lead up for the Rebels.
And there for a strike. Train making its way in beyond the outfield. The appeal to first did not go. Anytime you hear a train horn at a ballpark, think of the movie Brewster's Millions. The train that comes through the outfield. Called strike 3. 3 strikeouts in the frame for Gackle. Pitches around a 2-out double.
Josh, I talked about the freshman with ice water in his veins. Just throws the big hammer on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts looking.
Seventh inning stretch at Baum Walker Stadium. We've got ourselves a ball game. All tied up at 3. The first 2 games of this series, Ole Miss was able to score first. It was Arkansas who did that today. And we saw the teams go back and forth, answering the others, scoring, and all deadlocked here coming into the home half of the 7th inning. 5-6-7 to bat for Dave Van Horn's Razorbacks. Ross Lovich takes ball 1.
Josh, we talk about all the time about how critical it is for each team to try to get that leadoff man on. Anyway, a walk, a base hit. I wouldn't even be surprised if Ross Lovich doesn't take a pitch right here. Just make Connor Spencer fill up that strike zone.
.462 OBP for Lovich when he's the leadoff man of the inning. Razorbacks have had the leadoff aboard 3 times today.
He might take 2 pitches in a row right here.
Four pitch to leadoff walk.
Mike Bianco didn't like that last call. He's going to go out there and use a mound visit to also talk to home plate umpire David Savage.
Connor Spencer currently on the mound, but 2 getting hot in the bullpen. is not allowed to run in SEC play. Spencer, including an inning and 2/3 against South Carolina in that conference opening series. Ole Miss took it 2-1. Things were looking good, but it's been tough sledding since then.
This will be interesting to see what DVH draws up right here with Jared Sprague-Lott at the plate. Do you try to bunt Roslovich up into scoring position? If he does, his job is to bunt this ball up the first base line. Almost looked like that Sprague-Lott was taking on that pitch.
Taken off on the 0-2. Well, that's huge. If you're Sprague-Lott here and you are able to put one in play, get that runner to third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, a ball that didn't even hit the dirt. It was just dropped by Lyons, the catcher. Sprague-Lott would love to shoot something the right side. With 2 strikes, you're just trying to put bat on ball in this situation, but if you can do that and move that runner up, again, there's only one. The first baseman's the only one on the right side of second base, so anything on the ground to the right side is going to score a run.
Being behind in the count hasn't bothered Sprague-Lott today. He's battled back a couple times to work a full count, including a 2nd inning walk. How about that? Down 0-2, battles back and draws the walk.
Now batting for the Razorbacks designated hitter, number 3, Nolan Souza.
Flashback to the 4th inning earlier today.
Yeah, just a big swing by Souza. Hit that one right through about a 30-mile-an-hour wind. Went 404.
Check swing on an inside pitch. They'll oblige the catcher Lyons. The appeal, though, confirms did not go.
We've already seen Souza can do some damage. It's a great pitch up and in. Literally unhittable.
Razorbacks hung a crooked number against Arkansas State on Tuesday, a 9-run inning that was capped off by a Nolan Souza grand slam.
We saw Souza in his last bat shoot a ball to the left-hand side. As a freshman, he does a good job of hitting that ball the other way, but It's a big opportunity for Connor Spencer to get a punch out. Really busting Souza in on the hands.
Fouls another one off.
Those are great pitches and great battle by Souza, just finding a way to foul off those pitchers' pitches.
Throw back to second.
I like the idea by Ole Miss. You have a lot of confidence in your pitcher not to throw that ball into center field right there, Josh.
The crowd going a little bit impatient here. Two and two now. Pitch. Souza drives another one to deep right center field. That ball is gone. Nolan Souza bringing this crowd to life with his second homer of the game. And the Hogs double their run total on one swing of the bat.
Josh, how about 113 off the bat for Nolan Souza? 416 feet. Hey, the wind doesn't bother this kid. He knew he hammered that baseball. He admired that one just a bit. Oh my goodness, what a big swing by Nolan Souza.
A 5 RBI afternoon for the freshman. And Ole Miss will have to go back to their bullpen. That's the first home run that Connor Spencer has given up this season, and the first run he's given up in SEC play.
How big were those 2 walks by Arkansas? Instead of being a solo shot, a 3-run blast by the freshman from Honolulu, Nolan Souza.
Hogs in front 6-3. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Arkansas forcing a call to the bullpen. 4th man out for Ole Miss. Right-hander Sam Takoyan takes over. Making his 7th appearance in relief this year, 3.24 ERA. Hudson White fouling off the first pitch. "13 strikeouts, just 1 walk this year for Takoyan in 8 1/3.
Yeah, Josh, you're going to see that fastball in the low 90s for Takoyan. Pretty much a 2-pitch guy, fastball slider. How about 6'5", 265? He looks like he's standing about 48 feet away from the batter. Well, DeCoyan only has one walk-on this season with 13 strikeouts, but he's kind of flirting with disaster a little bit right here with Hudson White.
White does indeed take a walk.
How about walk, walk, homer, walk for Arkansas this inning? Patient hitters.
It was something that Arkansas got much better at yesterday and battling in the at-bats, fouling pitches off. But you look at the pitch count difference for the Ole Miss staff from game 1 to game 2. 70 pitch difference from Thursday to Friday. And so far today, 160 pitches thrown by Rebels pitchers.
It's been the 7th walk of this ball game by Arkansas.
Getting the bunt down is Wilmsmeyer. Throw's going to come to second, and it's wild into center field. Both runners advance.
That's just one of those plays when Andrew Fisher just trying to do a little too much. Took a peek there, thinks he can get that out at second base. It's going to be bang bang anyway, and just had to rush that throw. Good hustle by Hudson White, but great hustle by Ty Wilmsmeyer to go from home to second base on that throw out into center field.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Peyton Stovall.
Still no outs right here for Arkansas.
Stovall 11 of 12 with runners on third and less than 2 outs last season. Right here, you're just looking to add some insurance any way you can. Situation that suits him well, though.
Caught the bottom part of the zone in the outside corner. Really good pitcher's pitch, but for DeCoyan. Really changed this count from being 2-2, almost 3-1, but that was definitely a strike. I think if I'm Stovall, I'm gonna see off something off speed right here. First base is open. Lay out that pitch down in the zone.
Little chopper to first. That'll get the job done, though. Brings in a run, and Wilmsmeyer gets down to third base as well.
Sometimes all you have to do is put the bat on the ball.
Out comes head coach Mike Bianco, and we'll see another change for Ole Miss. 7-3 lead for the Razorbacks, bottom of the 7th inning. Fifth time going to the bullpen this afternoon for Ole Miss. They go to a lefty this time. Ryan Rodriguez takes over.
Yeah, Rodriguez is going to sit about 90 miles an hour. Might hit 92 with a fastball. Throws a slider and a changeup as well. And a 3/4 release. You see the numbers right there. Only 3 2/3 innings on the year so far. They're trying to get a lefty-lefty matchup right here as Arkansas brings up Ben McLaughlin.
4 runs coming across this inning, and 3 of those runs that have scored reached on a walk.
Yeah, the walks have been a backbreaker for Ole Miss. Ole Miss bringing the infield in right here, trying to cut down this run at the plate.
Yeah, trying to dig yourself out of a 4-run deficit with 2 innings remaining against the best pitching staff in the nation. Already a tall order. They can't allow it to get to any further.
McLaughlin let a fastball right down the chute go. You can see he almost kind of danced out of the batter's box right there. If you're Rodriguez, you need a strikeout right here, something down and away.
Got jammed.
It was one of those balls that I think if McLaughlin doesn't swing at it, it's going to hit him. I mean, that thing is about 4 baseballs inside.
Foul tip held on to by Lyons for the strikeout. That's a big one for Rodriguez.
It really is. I mean, that was, he elevated that fastball at the very top of the zone. You can see McLaughlin was frustrated at himself. I think 2 pitches earlier, he let a pitch right down the middle go, and he knew that he should have swung at it, and that was just a really nice 92-mile-an-hour fastball, elevated. How about 9 for 9 first pitch swings? You know you're going to get a hack from Vahiva Loy. Kendall Diggs won't swing at the first pitch. Vahiva will. Well, Ryan Rodriguez is 1 pitch away from getting his team out of a pretty big jam and stop the bleeding at 4 runs this inning.
Gets Aloy and retires the side. Couple of big strikeouts out of the bullpen for Ryan Rodriguez. But a 4-run frame for Arkansas. They lead it by 4. Back in Fayetteville. 4-run frame to put Arkansas in front, 7-3. Nolan Souza, 2 home runs. Straight into that stiff wind that's been blowing in from right field today. Ole Miss had the lead a couple of times. They've got some serious work to do as they come to the plate here in the 8th. And trying to do it against Gabe Gackel, who's tied for the league lead with 5 saves on the year.
I think that if that wind wasn't blowing so hard, that would have gone over the scoreboard, the one that Souza hit.
Campbell Smithwick makes his first appearance of the series. It's the 3rd player that Ole Miss has used in this DH spot, 6th in the lineup today.
If you're Ole Miss, you just got to scratch out a couple runs right here. Try to get 2 this inning, 2 next inning, and just extend this ball game. There's that wind that Souza hit that ball through.
Grounded to first. Picked up by McLaughlin. And 1 away.
Now batting for Ole Miss, number 1, Trayson Hughes.
Trayson Hughes is going to pinch hit for Judd Utermark. Another matchup change to Ole Miss thinking to get the advantage. Trayson Hughes in the lineup each of the first 2 days. Reached safely 3 times. Preseason All-American transfer from Mercer.
He did some damage at Mercer. Did over 380.
It doesn't look like a lot of meat on the bones, but he hit 11 home runs last year.
Gackle trying to work that bottom of the zone against Hughes.
Home plate umpire said yes, he did. Called strike 3. 4th strikeout for Gackle, and 3 of them have been looking.
Yeah, that breaking ball is really good. It's tight, it's straight over the top. You can see Hudson White knew it was a strike because he just stuck that catch. Didn't try to pull it back in.
Lions' first pitch grounded to the right side. Stovall's got it, and it's a 1-2-3-8 for Gabe Gackle in Arkansas. They lead it 7-3. Josh Haley and Troy Eklund back with you at Bob Walker Stadium. Going into the bottom of the 8th. 7-3 lead for the country's unanimous #1 yet again this week, the Arkansas Razorbacks. 20 straight here at the home stadium.
They could barely hang on to that banner right there. Almost took them both away.
Ryan Rodriguez came out of the bullpen. Did a nice job. Struck out 2 in a row to get out of the inning. Four runs, 7th, highlighted by Nolan Souza's 3-run homer. 3 walks and an error contributing to the big inning. Uncharacteristic walks, too, issued by the Ole Miss relievers. Spencer and Takoyan issuing walks.
I think it just goes back. We've talked about the patience of this Arkansas lineup. Guys that are just willing to take the walk, let the next man up, try to do some damage.
Ole Miss started today and was Mason Nichols. They might have something there. He did a great job. 3 2/3 innings, only 3 hits.
Yeah, he looked really good.
They've been looking for some consistency. They lost the ace of the staff, Xavier Rivas, before the year began. Hunter Elliott as well. Tommy John surgery for both of those guys. JT Quinn has been out for some time now with a strained oblique. It was his final pitch in the bullpen in the South Carolina series before he was scheduled to come out and pitch when that happened, and he's been out ever since. As Diggs doing what he does, works deep into the count and then finds a way aboard. That's his third hit today.
Stayed with that pitch down in the zone. Lloyd was trying to bring that one, bring that with him and bunt it hard past the pitcher toward where the second baseman plays.
Keep going, man.
This one popped up. Sliding basket catch. How about that effort by Trenton Lyons?
That was a great job by Lyons. Talk about covering some ground. That's the freshman catcher. He goes a long ways to go get this baseball. And I love the way he goes about it with the basket catch.
You complimented his athleticism earlier in the game, and man, he's shown it in more ways than one today.
He really is athletic. That's one of those plays that you practice in the backyard as a 7-year-old. You know, I want to make a sliding catch. And he made it look easy.
Look out, this one bounces back. It's good base running by Diggs. It's no surprise. It's what you'd expect from one of your team captains and a veteran, but it might be a spot where it gets overlooked. You know, you're in control of this ball game, kind of a lull, and, you know, maybe a base runner is napping at times, but it never seems to be the case with this Razorback team. They're always alert.
This one caught a piece of home plate umpire David Savage. It's a breaking ball that just, I think it absolutely just, the catcher missed it. And it hit Savage. You can see him wobble right there. Hit him in the leg. You wonder if Lyons, the catcher, got crossed up on that one or just too much bite on the breaking ball by Rodriguez. But that's, Arkansas gets a runner into scoring position off the miscue.
Razorbacks certainly know this game is not over. Ole Miss is going to come back around to the top of their order in the 9th inning. So the Hogs are going to do everything they can to scrape across some more insurance.
Well, the hottest hitter in the park today is Nolan Souza, and he steps up to play with a couple men on. It's a pretty good hand by the crowd.
Jared Sprague-Lott with his 3rd walk of the day. Pitcher Ryan Rodriguez, 6 straight appearances without an earned run. Stock continues to grow in him, a 2.45 ERA in 7 appearances this year. Well, stayed fair. Stepping on 3rd for 1, over to 1st in time. 5-3 double play. Well done by Andrew Fisher. And the side retired. We go to the 9th. Hogs by 4. Into the 9th inning we go. Look at the attendance on the weekend. This crowd has shown up in this series against the Rebels.
Not quite a record crowd today. It was yesterday. But man, that's some big time fan participation. Ole Miss goes 9-1-2 in their order.
First pitch to Braden Randall popped up. Spraglott able to make the catch. It's been tough on those left side infielders today on pop-ups. No clouds in the sky, very bright in that wind. Playing a few tricks on the ball on the descent.
When the ball's in the air, you got to get about 15, 20 feet from where you think it's going to land.
High chopper. Lot on a hop. Good job by the catcher, Hudson White, racing all the way down there to first. Back up that play.
I mean, that's the only opportunity Spraglott had on that ball. It was such a high chopper. He's going to have to like catch it and throw it all in the same motion. And it's a good job by Luke Hill, just putting the bat on the ball. Arkansas is going to let him have first base. But watch how high this ball chops, and you can see he throws it. He's also falling backwards away, and that's just a tough scoop for McLaughlin.
Does get scored as a hit. Hill will take second on indifference.
How about Gackel still throwing 96?
Gackel had his longest outing of the year against LSU last weekend. 2 2/3, 48 pitches. Gackel came on in the 6th when it was a tie ball game. So right now he's in line for his first career win.
Arkansas does have the right-hander Will McIntyre warming up in the bullpen.
Now batting center fielder number 10.
Here comes Dave Van Horn.
That's the first walk issued by Gackel. 4 strikeouts, has allowed a couple of hits.
Really good outing by the freshman Gackel.
Crowd letting him hear it. Arkansas in front 7-3, but 2 on and 1 out in the 9th. A call to the pen. Arkansas going to the bullpen. Right-hander Will McIntyre will come on. He pitched on Thursday, and here he is looking to capture his 4th save of the year.
Yeah, I think this is one of those safety net moves right there by Dave Van Horn. You've got Gabe Gackel, who threw great, but you've also pushed him farther than he's pitched this whole year. He just gave up a single and walked somebody, so you want to nail this door shut right here. You don't want to give Ole Miss any life. So you go to Mr. Steady Eddie, Will McIntyre.
It's a save situation because the tying run is on deck for Ole Miss. McIntyre with good performance on Thursday. 178 ERA on the year. Makes his team leading 15th appearance out of the bullpen. 44 strikeouts to 7 walks.
There's not many guys that can go twice in a weekend, and McIntyre is one of them. Just one out. Arkansas is looking for a double play ground ball to end it. Ole Miss is trying to scratch 4 runs out here this inning.
This one lined towards center, diving in, and it falls in. Waved around, and Luke Hill in to score. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the top of the 9th.
Just kind of an excuse me base hit up the middle. But the Rebels aren't going away. Nice job by Groff right here. Just caught the end of the bat. Nothing really Wilmsmeyer could do because it just didn't have any carry out there. He did a good job to keep that ball in front because that's one that you really don't want to dive for in that situation. If it gets by, that's going to be a couple runs scored.
Leger goes after the first pitch. For Ethan Groff, that's his second RBI of the day, 19th of the season. He stands on first. Andrew Fisher at second. And a guy at the plate in Leger who's got home run power. 8 bombs this year. Doubled his last time up.
He's looking for something up in the zone that he can drive. There's that big cutter that Arkansas fans love so much out of Will McIntyre. Be shocked if you don't see that again. Well off the plate.
This ball turned on and hit well into left center. Playable. Lovich has got it. A very long out number 2. Made this crowd hold their breath for a brief moment.
Now batting number 20, Jackson Ross.
Rebels down to their final out. Jackson Ross will come to the plate.
Will McIntyre is going to try to live on that outside part of the plate and try to have Jackson Ross hit one into that wind blowing straight in from right.
Works in a first pitch strike. Ross worked a full count against McIntyre in the 7th inning on Thursday before the Arkansas right-hander ultimately struck him out.
Living in the bottom part of the zone. That's where you want to be if you're Will McIntyre.
Crowd on their feet. 1-2 pitch. Ross able to calmly lay off it.
You know what you're going to get if you're Jackson Ross. You're going to get sliders and cutters down and away. So you've got to make sure you protect the strike zone but not expand it.
Close, but low.
Just down. Good quality at bat by Jackson Ross. Making McIntyre work for it. That's what good hitters do. Don't swing at pitches outside that strike zone.
Payoff. Did he go? He did. Home plate umpire makes the call. A strikeout to end it. And Arkansas captures their third SEC sweep of the season.
Well, this is an Ole Miss team that still has a lot of fight left in them. They're going to win a lot of ball games this season. Again, the season's only about halfway done, but big cutter right there. Ross could not hold up. And Will McIntyre comes in and closes the door on this weekend. Big sweep for Arkansas. How about 21 straight at Baum-Walker Stadium?
Impressive, and improves them to 27-3 on the year. Hard-fought series, and Arkansas comes out on the winning end all 3 days and remain in the SEC lead. So glad you could join us for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. And join us on Tuesday when Arkansas hosts San Jose State. Until next time, for our entire crew and my partner Troy Eklund, Josh Haley saying so long from Fayetteville.